Cheers, Monday morning. Woohoo, Monday morning. Here we go. Actually, not for everybody. We have people here from all over the world, so it could be Tuesday by now for you. Welcome in. This is about being raw, go and be bold and creative, be you, discover yourself by opening up your mind to what Monday in the week could be. Monday is a perfect day for getting out there and just like planning and also getting into your spiritual work of like just helping you open up and be able to be the person, the best you that you know that you can be right now, but things get bigger and bolder each day the more that you do your work. Welcome in. My name is Rhonda. I am your host today as we're going to get in there, Be Raw, Go Deep Monday show. Today, I was thinking, like, what are we going to talk about today? Because I really like to take a subject and put it into like a fit process. And it comes from one of my books. Oh, it's called The Fit Solution. Woo-woo! All right. So the Fit, I'll have it on mirror today, so it's going to be backwards for you. But the Fit Solution: focus, integrate, transform, and thrive. And what this is about is how can I make a goal and get very connected. I mean, it's Monday. It's time to make a goal. It's time to like get in there and like make just blow out your last week. Let's just get it real big and bold and wild, just like my red lipstick and the wild stuff that's happening in the background. This is about energy. This is about stepping into who you truly are and not what you saw yourself yesterday. Whatever you dreamt about or whatever you are doing right now, this is your time. Have you ever thought about the biggest thing that you could create? It feels so powerful and it stays there for about an hour, a week, a month, maybe not longer than a month. And then all of a sudden it's gone, it fizzles. And then the next thing comes in and then it goes really good for a day, a week, a month, and just so on and so on. But what if we find and discover a way to create a goal where we never fail? I call it fail safe. I call it hashtag fail safe. I think we need to be rewriting the Webster Dictionary and start creating in a way that helps us focus in on what makes us feel good. We think that we need to make things hard. If we keep going down the route of making things hard, we're going to find ourselves down in the dumps where we're not going to be able to even recognize ourselves. Because when you live in your passion, your work, you're helping others, you're doing your marketing, you're doing your business, you're doing any kind of coaching you're doing for people, any of the business that you're doing, you as a speaker, that's who I support, our speakers out there, or people growing their business. And so today I'm going to be bringing in this area right here, which I call the first phase. And the first phase is when you're going from launching all the way up to 250,000. This is the first phase of your business. Every word here that's here is looking at you and how much you're stepping into it for the day, for moving forward, for your connection with stuff. Because the more you become a powerhouse in freedom, safety, and healing, the more that you'll start understanding what level you're connected with what your goal is. So real quick here, I love to go into the freedom stage first. And that's the pillars. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 steps to get to that freedom. And that is to get to your first 250,000. After that, there's a phase 2 and a phase 3 to get to your million. The next one is safety. There's also 5 steps to get up to that pillar and feel safe in life, safe in what you're doing. And safe really is that you're not judging yourself as hard as you used to. And you're working on not judging yourself at all. So, okay, so anybody that has any questions for me, I want to hear from you. Healing, I bring in my 25 years of health coaching. I start thinking about where could we go if we seriously start looking at what we can do for ourselves, feel our body calm down so that we truly feel like we are healing. Because your body just wants to work in the way that it should. So you got to make sure you take really good care of your organs and you're talking to your body and you're saying, I love you, instead of, the other stuff that can happen where maybe you're not even saying that you love you. Maybe you're saying all the stuff that's going wrong. If you do that, then what? I'm just double checking here. Oh, good. We are live. We're live on YouTube too, which is great. But I love also being live in the Hive. This is like incredible. So I'm so happy to be here. I double check. Okay, so let me just give you the freedom pillar. And if you want the safety pillar and the healing pillar, but I do have a program that works with each one of these to get you to your first 250,000. We're looking at freedom. There you want to start feeling like you feel fabulous. Like, yeah, I feel better than just good. And what percentage are you connected with that? What does fabulous mean to you? Receive. Are you receiving? If somebody says you look fabulous and great and wonderful, how are you receiving it? Or if somebody's trying to work with you, but you're just missing them because you're like, oh, they won't leave me alone. What do they want? Well, maybe they want to work with you. Vulnerability, sexy energy, and truth. This is all to get up to the top level of the freedom pillar. And you're looking at what percentage are you going to sit in that? So like vulnerability. How vulnerable do you feel today? And that's actually like a test. Like hopefully you feel big gobs of vulnerability so that you can recognize that you're all in. The more that you're in, the more that you're going to open your heart and you're going to be able to feel really what you want each moment. Each moment. Now, isn't that wonderful? To know that you can actually be in life where you're just here, present, each moment, so that you can feel the true essence of you. Who wants to feel the true essence of yourself? Like the truth. The truth. So this is the rough draft, and it's one of the cards I picked. I'm like, what am I going to be talking about today? I know I'm going to be using my fit process. I know I want us to go raw and go deep, but where does this take us? So this is it. Rough drafts. This is where we get to start talking about the fail safe, which I said right at the beginning, that we are hopefully failing. I want to, because I want to make sure that I am opening and pushing my bounds. Does anybody else have any ideas about how you're feeling about that? So this is, I honor the beauty of rough drafts, first stabs, messy trial and errors. Nothing gets finished unless it gets started. Everything has to start somewhere. So forget dogging my first sentence, brushstroke, embroidered poodle. I'll give scrutiny a day or maybe a whole month off so I can go nuts on completely going in on a new version of me. That's the new first move. Ta-da! That's what this card said. It's so much fun. So what is it, something that you are trying to capture in your life? Cheers. Something you're trying to capture, something that you've been trying to get raw with and go deep with. And maybe you've been stopping yourself because it's been difficult seeing yourself in that space of being a leader, standing in your own, taking deep breaths where you feel really strong. Where is it that you are like wanting to connect with it? I'm going to use the fit process here in a moment. Where is it that you feel like you really want to connect, but you're having a hard time? And sometimes you don't know what it is. Sometimes you feel like you're trying to push forward, but you can't. You're like, Well, why is it that I keep shutting down or I lose the energy or my focus goes somewhere else when I'm trying to truly be myself? Do you really know who you are? You, Y-O-U. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know yourself like 100%, but whatever you know of yourself right now, all the stuff you've done in your life, that's what brings on that earthly experience of everything that you've done in your life. Where's it going to take you if you step into your rough draft? Have you even started your rough draft? Have you gone out there and just done your rough draft? It's in your videos and your newsletter and having conversation with people, and it may feel clunky. I love the clunky talk because when you feel clunky, you know that you just don't know what you're going to be doing, but it's going to up level you. It's going to create something that's so big and bold because it just feels clunky. And at first, you're going to be like, well, I don't know if I really want this anymore because it just feels so clunky and uncomfortable. But you start your next day and you go raw and go deep and you go, wow, I did that. And you become more gentle on yourself because you realize I did feel real clunky. Yeah, I really did feel real raw. And raw is important. Raw is in the safety space. Because when you start breaking through the raw space, that's opening up the space of you allowing yourself just to feel safe. Fail safe. You can fail. It's safe. No problem. Let's get raw. Let's go deep. Go deep, 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 deep. And the deepness is within, deep inside of you that you're pulling out. Maybe some people haven't recognized this about you. And maybe some people have some insight on you that they're like, you're ready to move forward. Come on. Let's do this. And you're like, I need to get this ready and that ready. Well, on the first of the month, so next month I'll start because that's a good time. And it's like, why are we putting time in a calendar to what can happen like right here and now? So I believe that we can bend time. And bending time is when you're in that safe space where you're feeling like you are able to do anything and everything that you've been searching for yourself. Nothing's going to stop you. That's why we see the Oprahs out there. We see these big, big speakers. People have big podcasts. By the way, if you want a podcast, coming out with me actually on this show, I interview people, Fresh Talks Global Vision. And I would love to have you on my show if that's something that you love to do. All right, so my two books with my experiences here about going raw and deep. Have you written a book yet? Because this is where a lot of the vulnerability is, like just like you're writing on pages, and then it's all bound and just kind of fun. But these are my books. These are the ones that really got me going. This book, The 14 Days to a Flat Belly, Guide to a Vibrant, Energetic, Sexy You. I did not release this. Probably, I had it in my pocket for maybe at least 2 years before I really talked to anybody about it. And then I was at a location where they were talking about doing books, and I go, oh yeah, I don't need a book. I already have one done. And someone's like, why don't you have it out there? I said, because it's 14 days to flat belly. They're like, that's a bold statement. So what I did, how can I back that up? This is us getting into our goals. So back it up a moment. And I have people pay like $20. Come and take my 14 days to flat belly program, because I did a program. I did videos and went through each guide of the day for 14 days, and tell me your results, and I'll put you in the book and I'll do all that stuff. So when I started selling these $20, and by the way, have you ever tried to sell something for $20 and it's like massively hard because you're not fully connected with it yet? Even those free things, when you have a free event and nobody shows up and you go, what, it's free? I was in that beginning stage of like, not really connected. I was like scared. Oh, actually, tell me if this is you. Have you been in that stage where I don't know what I was going to say about this? 'Cause I was just looking at before and after pictures of stuff, but I wanted to share. I love this quote in here. We're getting ready to go into your rough draft and your fit process, but on the second day of the actually the first day of the sprint exercise, the quote is, "There is no compassion to be found in setting for a life that is less than one you are capable of living." Nelson Mandela. I love that. Feel that pain when you really go raw and you go, I'm not where I want to be. You see, this is where you get to quantum leap right now. Okay, so I'm looking for Debbie. Debbie did an incredible, fun thing. So she paid $20 and she said, Rhonda, I am going to do this because I want to support you. And I was like, all right. Now I won't. Well, sometimes when people say I want to support you, they get some great results and then they finally like step into it and they go, oh, I got some great results. So Debbie Thomas, I don't know what Debbie's marriage name is now. I've known her since fourth grade. And she said, all right, Rhonda, I'll do it. Look at this woman right here. Isn't that cool? She felt like she was Wonder Woman, like she was super powerful. This was her first day. I feel like I'm Wonder Woman today. I'm feeling powerful. I'm opening up my mind to the belief that I can do this. And then she adds in, just that she's just ready to do it. I guess that's it. But what she did here is, and think about your goal of what you want to do, something that you want to accomplish and you haven't been, or you're halfway there and you're figuring out how can I get to that last T, which I'll tell you in the focus, integrate, transform, and thrive. That fit process, I'll tell you what that T and why it's important. So she went in, she had her liver dysfunctioning, and it's some medicine that she's been taking. And they said, you have to have it, but it's hurting your liver. So we may have to take you off, but then you can't go outside if you don't have the medicine. Like there's this whole cycle going on. And so I didn't know she was dealing with all this. She just said, my doctor said my liver's not good. And so she started journaling. She changed her food based on the 14-day plan from when her liver didn't look very good. And remember, we actually, you may not know this, but we get 1 million cells a day. And we have trillions of cells. They're estimating up to 74 trillion cells in our body that function. And as soon as our body gets calm, the function happens even smoother. So her liver was like, when you get you off the medicine, your liver's looking really, really bad. So she started doing her journey and she felt like Wonder Woman. She's like, yeah. And like she journaled every single day for $20. That's all. And by the time she was done, I guess that her doctor gave her like 2 weeks or something around there. She went back to the doctor, and the doctor said, okay, your liver has done its healing. Like it, I don't think they would say that. They said it looks good. It looks good. And she came back to me and she did these testimonials. And all of a sudden, the birthing of this book was very important because a flat belly isn't always about you literally having a flat tummy. It's about the swelling, the stuff that happens within the belly that we're working towards. That's a future goal. But you're going to notice that when you get your stuff in aligned, not thinking about your taste buds, but really looking at your food and looking at it and going, oh my gosh, this food looks so sexy. Does that make sense? Like inside, it just feels so infectiously good. Like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. If you go that route, everything you eat is just going to, your body's going to heal at another level. So let's talk about how to use the FIT process, because we've been talking about goals and where to go with that. So this is the last strategy, and I'll bring this in every Monday. When you're looking at something you want to do, it's your focus. And that's the first step. Now, the focus is the fun stage. That's where you get to go, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I want to do this. And you can see the full potential. You can see the transformation. In your mind, you feel like if I get that, then I'll be happy. There'll be nothing else wrong. That's how big it feels. So you got this whole vision. You're writing about it. You're feeling, okay, I got this. And then you integrate it. So that means you know in your calendar, you've already connected very deep with it in that focus stage that you're ready to integrate it. You got your times, you got your day-to-day stuff really connected with your goal, and you're integrating it. You're creating it. It's becoming part of yourselves because you're really believing in yourself. And if you don't yet, you go back to the focus plan again and you see, why didn't I fully focus and connect with it? So you integrate, you're kind of playing with it. Your first T, transform. You start noticing transformation. I call it mindset transformation entertainment. That's what I trademark. Like your mind is just feeling like, oh my gosh, I got this. I got this. Or it's about, like working out and you're starting to feel something different about your body. There's so many ways and so many types of goals that you're going to have. Mine at one time was passing the CPA exam, and I did. And I didn't feel very good after that because I thought it was going to change my whole world, and it didn't. And it didn't. It didn't change the whole world. Let's go with that. Like it didn't change my whole world. It just magnified more of things that were not working. It was sad. That's another story. We'll talk about that again. But you're looking for your transformation. You're starting to have things happen, and probably within a week or a couple of weeks, you're looking at transformation. Now, your thrive is about feeling there's a celebration coming on. And usually when you do a goal, you're like, I didn't nail that. And you go back to exactly where you were and maybe steps back because you're just like naysaying yourself. That's it, forget it. So then you go in and you go, here, wait, what percentage of that did I get done? Okay, say it's 10%. Well, that's 10% of something new that you would have never done. But you want to go back and look at your focus, integrate in your transformation. What happened there? Where could I have shifted? Was it the wrong goal and my insight? And you refuel it back again and you get back in to the FIT process. So let's keep going with our celebration so that we can discover how to be at our biggest, boldest, raw, going deep space that we can. My name is Rhonda. This is Be Raw, Go Deep Monday show. I love you, and I'll see you next Monday. Let's keep the transformation happening. Our life depends on it. Our healing, our health depends on it. This means I love you. Namaste and appreciate you. Bye-bye.